Hi everybody at Von George's Facebook group. I'm back with some more in-depth listening to a Depeche Mode track called World in My Eyes, and I'd like to show you 3 Kraftwerk elements that are incorporated in that song. The first one is really obvious, the second is a bit more hidden but can also be recognized easily, and the third one is very hard to spot. Let's start with the most obvious. It's the groove. Obviously, Depeche Mode used the groove for World in My Eyes from a Kraftwerk song called Noman, or Numbers. It was first released in 1981 on their album Computerwelt or Computer World, and it was later used by many hip-hop artists. It laid the foundation to a subgenre called electrofunk, and it was used by the likes of Afrika Bambaataa and Run DMC. So this is the original, Noman, and they also used the same beat in 1983 single Tour de France. And later in 1987 they used the same beat for the 7-inch and the 12-inch version of the telephone call, der Telefonanruf. I've mixed all these 3 songs together here. So this is Noman. Next up, Tour de France. Same groove. Noman again. And last but not least, der Telefonanruf. All the same groove. And to be honest, or to be correct, Depeche Mode used only the second half of this beat for World in My Eyes. So, the next one is a direct sample from a Kraftwerk record. It's a clicking sound, a clicking rhythm. It was taken from a Kraftwerk record as a loop, and you can hear it always in the background of the verses, and it can be very well isolated in the all-take mix. Now this is a snippet from the all-take mix. There's the clicking sound. And when I heard that clicking sound for the first time, I already knew what it was, because I did not only spend lots of my lifetime listening to music backwards, but also in the wrong tempo. This already started when I was a kid, and my parents owned a record player not only with the tempos 33 rounds per minute and 45 rounds per minute, but also 78 rounds per minute and 16 rounds per minute. So if you listen to the title track of the album Man Machine or Die Menschmaschine, not on 33 rounds per minute but on 45, you get something like this. And that's exactly the clicking loop that they used in World in My Eyes. Let's hear them together. So, not too hard to guess. Well, of course, the Mensch machine is now too fast. So to make it complete, here is the man machine in its original tempo. When you listen to the record with 33 rounds per minute. So far for the two obvious Kraftwerk elements in World in My Eyes. The last one, as I said, is something for nerds. I think I spotted that when I used a Kraftwerk sound or a snippet in one of my own songs for Metropolis. And when you own a sampling keyboard, what you do is you sample the sound and you play on the keyboard how it sounds like in a different key. So you try out 1 octave lower, 2 octaves lower, 3 octaves lower. And it must have been some process like this when I found out, wow, Depeche Mode used the same sound as I am doing now for my song. So I've put the all-tank mix up here again. And I'm talking about a very, very short sound right before the snare beat. And you can only recognize it when you listen to it at least an octave lower, which I did. This is the all-tank mix a bit more than an octave lower as a loop. Now I add the sound that I found. Here it comes. One more time. That's it. And if you reveal this, you see this is a very, very short sound. Yeah, very, very short snippet. And if I pull it over to the right, a Kraftwerk song reveals. And it's called Heimcomputer. So they used this very, very short sound from Heimcomputer and put it right before the snare beat of World in My Eyes. And what do we call this? I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.